Hello Sheddies, and you join me again in my shed. A quick catch up, an announcement, and a challenge for you. Just move the camera. I'm thinking of doing a challenge called the before and after. So Christmas period, I don't know if you're the same as me, there's a lot of family time, but then you have a few days where you want to come to the shed and potter or to the workshop or tinker or whatever. To give you a challenge, if you want to join, I'm thinking of doing a challenge called before and after. So let's say it's an old tool that's in the worst possible condition, really bad, like the point where it just needs to be thrown away. Bring it back to life and do a nice shiny version of it. Or you've got an old scrap of wood that's been battered, covered in paint or nails in it, or a really horrible piece of wood, then turn it into something nice. I don't know, a statue or a shelf or a plaque or whatever. So basically anything that you've got that's in a really terrible, crappy condition, and then bringing it to life, bringing it to a new lease of life. And I'm sort of setting a challenge to you. So let's say, I don't know, that's after Christmas, let's say by the 5th of January, to get your entries in, email me at weekendshedhead@yahoo.com. Then I'll do a gallery in the new year of showing everyone's before and after. So what you need to do is send me a picture of what it looked like before, crappy piece of wood or an old tool or an old stereo or an old, I don't know, old bike or an old pair of roller skates, I don't know, anything, absolutely anything. And then the after picture, what you turned it into. Or you can send a video. That would be great to see. Put your name on there as well, on the email, and then I'll do a gallery in the new year and put it into a video. Hopefully that's a good challenge for you. If you're a loose end and you've got nothing to do, there you go. That's something for you. So thanks, Michael, for putting that seed in my brain. Well, I just hang on to things. I'm always hanging on to things. Oh, just a bit of an announcement before I forget. I did that video where I was going to do this challenge for everybody, anyone that wants to get involved. Before and after. So find something really terrible, really awful, like an old tool or an old piece of wood, and turn it into something nice. It could be from a pencil to a car, whatever you want to do. And I set the challenge over Christmas, thinking that a lot of people have downtime. Well, I think a few people are thinking, I ain't got time. So I said the 5th of January entries to come in. We'll do it till, what should we say? What do you reckon, boys? What do you reckon? Another 2 weeks after that?
2 weeks. Yeah, I would say so.
Get back into the swing of it, get rid of the Christmas blues, and then get to the shed. So let's say the 20th of January, that'll do. Let's say the 20th of January, if your entry's going to come in. If you want to get involved, I'm going to do a gallery on before and after. Send me both pictures, your name, and I'll put a gallery together in a video next year.
Yeah, really, really early on in the chat, Rob, I think.
Well, I think... Oh, yeah, it's been well knocked on the end here, isn't it? I think we found a candidate. Yeah, it's a bit bent there, isn't it? I think we found a candidate for Rob Weekend Shedhead's challenge over the Christmas period now, to get the horriblest, ugliest thing you've got and try and make it look beautiful. So that was a before. And this was an after. No. That's what this looks like now. And that's what we'll attempt to make it look like. So who was spotted? Rob, Weekend Shedhead. He's put a challenge out to, whether it be anything, the horriblest, ugliest thing that you've got. Piece of wood, piece of anything, a tool or whatever. What's the horriblest, ugliest thing you've got? And over the Christmas period, I think it shuts sort of January the 15th or something, so we've got plenty of time. And they're going to turn it, he says, turn it into something really nice and beautiful. So we could potentially make that into this, couldn't we? Yeah, I think we will. Yeah, okay. I found the candidate, and the other challenge is, can we make it in one video instead of 10 videos? We'll attempt to do it in 1 or 2 videos. Let's drop this in the vinegar and see what it does. Yeah. Hey, I think we found a whole bag of candidates for Rob's challenge. So you remember we did our concrete pillar thing here this wasn't as successful as I thought. But nevertheless, it did the trick. It's a solid block, isn't it? Remember, we've got that bolted that way, and we stuck a bolt in this way, didn't we? Well, how are we going to deal with it? Well, I had this bit of wood. I sort of roughly knew where that went, so I made a bigger hole than I need, really. And there, it's down there, you're not going to see it. We put this on here, just about fits in. There's some tapioca that thing in there. Tapioca that in there. Oh, lovely. So put a bolt in there that'll hold it. And blimey, we've not only trimmed the edge of this, made it look nice, but that'll be fine. That's all well hidden now, isn't it? That's what it's all about. It's the little things now. We haven't decided what we're going to do with this. Are we going to turn it into a little secret place to put something? You're going to catch your hand on these, aren't you? You can either cut them off and use that space, or bring the concrete up to say the top of here, make another mix of concrete, fill that with concrete. You've got a nice little shelf then. Or are we just going to seal it up? Seems a waste of space there, doesn't it? Yeah. We've got to do something with it. Remember, because that's the shelf, the back of this one came up that high, and the back of that one came up that high there. What do we... You can get your hand in. So I don't know what you'd put in there. Nice to put just one or two shelves with something. But of course, it's got to be not too big so you can get it out within your hand, isn't it? Or we could just put a load of little racks just to keep hammers in, say, or something. Anyway, that's made that look a bit nicer. Well, we may have found something. You know, you get odd lengths of scaffolding tube that we've cut off. And sort of, have you got a bit of scaffolding tube to do a job, and where'd you keep them all? Well, the odd few lengths of scaffolding tube will go in there, won't it? Maybe that could be our little short sections of steel could go in there, couldn't it? So until I get enough AdBlue tubs to do everything, I was thinking, these trays don't quite fit. Christmas is coming. We're gonna have loads of tins of biscuits. They don't really fit. Anyway, I'll tell you what does fit. These fit. I really want to make it so that you don't actually put anything there. You'll just slide something in and pull it out, like I do with the tubs. But at least these now will shut the door. So these are the more modern quality street tins or tubs. They've got smaller and smaller and smaller as the years have gone by. Remember, that used to be twice as deep as that. But fortunately, these fit in quite nice. So that would work nicely. But it's always the question, have you got enough? Have you saved enough of them? Well, fortunate for us, I don't even remember when they arrived. We've got plenty of those, haven't we, to be going on with. We can be using loads of these. Just put an amount in, and you've got an empty drawer. Just get one, slide it in. I want to do them like that. I don't actually want to put anything in there. I want it to be, whatever's in there is in something that you can pull out and sort. That's the thinking anyway. And we've got enough tubs to do that, haven't we? So sometimes collecting empty tubs for no reason at all, sometimes many years later on, they pay off because we've got some there, got some on the floor ready to be sorted. Put everything in little piles. slowly use up the cupboards. I'm going to run out of cupboards at this stage. So, there's a tub randomly filled, just thrown everywhere. But if you're putting stuff away, because they crisscross, let's see how much more we can get in if we only pack them away nice and tidily. You'll be surprised how much more efficient you can be. How much more efficient you can be if you take your time and pack them in properly. Put them all going the right way. Just put them nice in some nice little bundles. Oh. It's all about tapping them down all the time as you go along. Just tap them down. Tap, tap, tap. Because you're always fighting. You're always fighting space, aren't you? Yeah. You're always in tap, 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 tap. As you go along, you just keep tapping away. Ideally, they need to be put in that way, don't they? Let's do that again. Let's do that again. They need to be put in that way. Which for you and me is going to take forever. But you'll be surprised how much you can put in by just being efficient with your space. It's a nice flat amount of space there, isn't it? How are we going to get on? This is going to take forever, boys. Yeah, scrub that. And do it more efficiently. Don't crisscross. I wonder if we put them in that way. Have we got space to put them in that way? Oh, that might do. Keep it all in one jar. Oh, that's going to be quite some feats to do, isn't it? Just keep tapping. But we can get a good bit more in now, can't we? By just simply being a bit more gentle when we throw them in. I think we've got enough height. I wonder if they will do. I wonder if they'll keep themselves up that way. Do you think? This isn't going the way I thought it was going to go. It might do. A bit more patience. Are they going to stand up? And then are they going to fit? Come on. Yeah, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting to where we want to be, more or less, roughly. Do you think they're going to fit in the cupboard? About a foot, isn't it? But we can make those. Forget that. Forget that. Plan B. Put them in this way. Rattle them in. Pack them in. And look at that. We've been able to really get 2 pots worth in 1 pot by just being a little bit more careful. Let's take that with me. Let's take you with me. See if we can get them to go in. Oh yeah. For now, that'll do just fine. What I'm trying to say is, when you see a bundle like this, it looks a lot, but once you've all got them in order and all going the same way and closed up together, it takes a lot less space than you think it takes. Yeah, so, you know, that's what I love about these buckets. You pick them up, you make them all the same, and make bundles of the same. Fantastic. So what I'm trying to say to you is, what looks like a whole mess on the floor, with a bit of perseverance and patience, you soon get rewarded by having. Now, I haven't got an asbestos roofed shed made out of angle iron, so I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But if ever I was given a steel framed shed, you know what they were, don't you? And they were, and we would maybe put them newer sheets, they would do the trick, wouldn't they? But it was for the old angle iron buildings. You'd hook this on a beam, on a whatever, you know, and then you'd screw your sheet on here, wouldn't you, with a nut and like a waterproof washer thing. We've got plenty of those. Yeah, you'd put it like this, wouldn't you? This would come up through the top, and that would be on the sheet and be a waterproof. I'm guessing mainly for a, but I mean, you know this place. We don't know what, we might have them and we might keep them for several years, and then all of a sudden, oh, I've got those hook bolts. Oh yeah, we can use them on a particular job, or you're struggling to get a fixing somewhere. You've got a nice long one of these, fixing a fence, trying to, you know, whatever. You can use them for lots and lots of things. If you've got a wooden fence you can't really get a fixing to, you stick this through, it would enable you to have a hook on the end, and you could tie it or wire it, or, you know, you can do all sorts. So it doesn't take long, just a bit of patience and perseverance, and you soon end up with gold. Yeah. And remember, all this lot has cost us virtually nothing. Bit of time, bit of fuel going backwards or forwards. Wow, the price you'd have to pay if you wanted to find these now. Yeah. And of course they're going to be great in the stores. They all add, and that's why a lot of these, yeah, I've bought, yeah, I've done all sorts, but a lot of that's why I love sorting through stuff. Buckets of mixed stuff. You won't believe what you find. We'll find there's lots of gold to be found here, bits and pieces. So sometimes it's your place, you can make your own rules up as you go along, but sometimes you have to break your own rules just so you're able to shut the door. I wonder what that is. What are they? Look, I wondered what it was. I didn't know. Look, it's eye wash. It's clean water to wash your eye out with. Eye wash, sterile water. You know, put drops in your eye You can't always use tap water or whatever. I mean, obviously, tap water if you've got no other way of rinsing it out. Yeah. Blimey. Little bottles of eye wash. Hopefully we won't need to use them.